Willkommen zu einem neuen Video hier von der Gamescom 2015. Wir haben uns gerade Tearaway Unfolded angeschaut und ich bin hier mit, I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Rex Crow and I'm lead creator on Tearaway at Media Molecule.
So what is Tearaway in general, or the Tearaway series?
So Tearaway, any Tearaway game is a game about a world made of paper and the journey of a character called the messenger to go through this world made of paper so that they can deliver this unique message to you, the person that's playing the game, the person that's guiding them there.
Up to now it was only available for the PS Vita, but Tearaway Unfolded bring it on the PS4. What are the new features in the new version?
Well, Tearaway on the Vita, we really we used everything about the hardware of the Vita, and it was very custom designed to use the back touch and the front touch and all of those aspects. So when we looked at moving it onto the PlayStation 4, we needed to do a similar thing. So we looked at the DualShock 4 and completely changed all the gameplay to be new functions based on the DualShock. So for instance, the touchpad on the pad, when you swipe on that with your finger, it sends a gust of wind into the paper world. And a paper world is very fragile, so it has a large effect on the landscape. You'll see things unfolding, unpeeling. You can also use it in combat to catch enemies out and send them flying off mountainsides and doing things like that. We also use the light bar, the shining light on the back of the controller, so that when you squeeze the triggers on the controller, that light shines into the game world. And with motion control, as you move the controller, you see the light source moving around inside the game. And that can, obviously, it can help light up the landscape and help you travel through it. But it's also useful when dealing with enemies, because it will hypnotize them. The light will catch them in the eye. They'll be hypnotized by it, and then you can move them around using the controller and throw them off of the side of a cliff, or put them into a trap. And that's just a couple of the ways that we're using the DualShock for Tearaway now.
And of course, the size of the world is much larger.
Yes. I mean, we're having the extra processing power of the PS4 meant that we really needed to build everything again from scratch, so that we could make the most of the power and just the possibilities of what we could do on PS4. But it wasn't just about the scale; it was also about the details. So we put a lot of effort into making sure that all the paper has beautiful edges on them, that the paper squashes as you walk on it. And so it feels both more epic in terms of looking at a big scene, but also more detailed as you look at the close-up details. And that's all running at 1080p, so you see it really nice and crisp, and running at 60 frames a second as well.
And Tearaway Unfolded has an integration of the PlayStation application. What about this? What is this for?
So it's so that additional players, maybe members of your family or friends, can sit on the sofa with you, and as you're playing, they can be using the app on an Android device or on a iOS device, or on the PlayStation Vita itself. And they can use that as a way of customizing the world as you are traveling through it. So it gives them a series of creative tools. So you have it's almost like a drawing application where you can draw with your finger on the touchpad, and those things will turn into paper decorations, which you can then put onto your character in the game. You can customize the enemies with them. You could stick them throw them into the sky. You know, they travel into the game world and change it. You can also use the camera on whatever device you're using to send photos into the game. So you could customize your character to have photos of yourself on them. You could maybe make the enemies look like, you know, your real life enemies. You do all sorts of ways to make the experience of Tearaway feel more personal to you. And then you can share all those things out online as well using the in-game camera editor and up on our tearaway.me website. So there's kind of a nice circle that goes on of things going into the game and coming out of the game and into the internet as well. So
it's a very family-friendly game.
Yes, it is. Yes, but it's something that I think everyone can enjoy. But there's different meanings and slightly trickier sections for the more hardcore player that really wants to challenge themselves.
Okay, thank you. Der Release ist bereits im September. Das war soweit von Tearaway Unfolded. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.